so fundamental to the core question of even what it means to have a Jewish state, in that, when we talk about pluralism, we talk about, each person should live according to their own beliefs and their own practice. And what I wonder about the Haredim is I'm not trying to tell them, don't live how you want to live. Don't observe Jewish law how you want to observe Jewish law. That's great. But on the flip side is that you are not allowed then to dictate how I should live and how I should observe Jewish law. And what we see in Israel is, the push towards making the entirety of Israeli society sort of accommodate itself to the perceived needs of the Haredi world. And I think you make a critically important point about the diversity within the Haredi community. And of course, we could go into, the Lithuanian tradition versus the Hasidic tradition and even the Sephardic tradition and breaking that down and who's more stringent on what issues. But when I look at it, it really comes down to the prioritization of specific mitzvot. Among the highest are the observance of Shabbat in the public and the issues of what they would call modesty, right? And the place of women in society, which of course Iraq has been leading on, whether it's segregation of buses or anything having to do with public shared space, about the place of women. And how do you see those, that playing out a little bit more in terms of those, strict adherence to those specific mitzvot? They're less worried about Lashon Hara or, talking other forms of observance, or how do we treat the other, or making sure that we love the stranger in our midst, which is very clear in the Torah. But those specific Shabbat, modesty, kashrut, even, of course. If these conversations matter to you, subscribing really matters to us. It's how this podcast grows and reaches more people.
Please subscribe to the Pluralist Podcast on your YouTube page or wherever you're listening to podcasts.